might be beneficial to go through the settings of this camera with you. I'm turning it on for the very first time. You've got an on-off switch down here at the bottom right, and then you've got some buttons here on the right-hand side that we're going to be using. They're pretty simple. You've got a menu button, up-down button. This arrow button is a back and a select button, and then you've got your mode button here. Go ahead and turn on the camera. Now the first thing it's going to do, hopefully you're going to be able to see this okay. First time you turn it on, it's going to ask you your language. We can use the up or down button. I'm going to go through this pretty quick. Choose your language. We're going to press the arrow button to do select. Next thing it's going to do is ask us to set our date. Again, the red value is the one that you're changing. So I'm going to go ahead and just set my date. Once I've got it right, press the arrow button. It takes you to your next setting. Again, we're going to use the up or down button. We're going to choose our month. We're going to choose our calendar date. Adjust our time. All right, I'm going to press the arrow button one more time. We've successfully set our time. First thing it's going to ask you is if you want to format your memory card. You always want to format the memory card the first time you use the camera, first time you put a memory card in there. So I'm going to go ahead and choose yes. And now it's going to take us to our regular camera mode. So at this point, I'm going to press this top right button. What that'll do is it'll take us into our menu. So let me zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to just go through some of these things. Monitor delay basically means when I'm done using the camera, how long before it triggers itself. So when I'm done with these settings and I just leave it here, after 30 seconds, it would trigger itself. I could set it for 60 seconds or 3 minutes. You're just going to choose your value, hit enter, and then you're going to use the arrow key to go down to the next setting. Mode is, do you want it to take a photo, a video, or a photo and a video every time it gets triggered? We're going to do photo and video. I'm going to be putting it out on my bird bath. We'll see if we get any footage that I can attach to this video so you can see video and image quality. Photo resolution. The lowest setting is going to be 1 megapixel. Now remember, the higher the setting, the bigger the file size will be. Photo series, when it gets triggered, does it take 1 picture, 2 pictures, or 3 pictures? Your video resolution, do you want 1520 or VGA or anything in between there? You can set it on whatever value you want. Video length, if you're doing video and it gets triggered, how long are your video files? What I like is you can choose any specific second duration all the way up to 10 minutes. Really simple. What's great about this camera is that your buttons light up and they stick out. So if you're out in the field, maybe you're a hunter, you're trying to set your camera at nighttime, it's so easy to see. Your display is right in front of you. The other thing that's great is because the display screen is facing this way, when you set up the camera, you can actually look at the screen and see what is the camera actually seeing, which I think is a great feature. So you can see it's timing out. That was that first setting we looked at because I haven't pressed any buttons in 30 seconds. Loop recording, whenever it gets full, does it automatically start erasing the oldest image or does it stop? If you put it on off, it's going to just stop recording. If you put it on, it'll erase the earliest image that it's got. PIR interval, how often does it re-trigger itself whenever it's been triggered? PIR sensitivity, I won't show you all of these things, but how sensitive do you want the camera to be when it's detecting motion? Your infrared distance, do you want near, medium, middle, or far? Target recording time, if you only want the camera to work during the daytime or nighttime, or maybe only at, from 5 to 6 p.m., that's where you can set it here, is under target recording time. Time lapse would be if you don't care about motion, you just want the camera to take a picture or a video at a certain interval, maybe every hour or every 15 minutes. That's what time lapse would be for. You could change your language. We set that at the beginning, but if you needed to change it, you could. If you need to update your time and date, you would go here to do that. Give you the serial number, this beeping sound when we're pressing these buttons. If you want to turn that off, you can turn it off so it's quieter. Audio recording, when you're doing video recording, do you want it to capture the audio? Yes or no? Or on or off? What kind of timestamp do you want on your video and image files? You can do time, date, logo, time, date, or just date, or you can turn it off completely. And then you can put a password on it if you're wanting to do password protection. And again, you could format your memory card or reset all of it to the factory default. Once you've got it set the way you want, all you're going to do is just sit here and let it time out, and it'll automatically trigger the camera. The way I always usually do it is I go ahead at this point and I turn it off. I take it out into the field, and I simply just turn on the camera. When it powers on, I close everything up and it's ready to go. So let's go put it out and see if we can get some image and video examples.